In the vast expanse of the cosmos, an ancient race known as the Zephyrians had long watched over the delicate balance of reality. Composed of pure luminescent energy, they drifted through the stars, their consciousness spanning galaxies. For eons, they had guided the ebb and flow of the universe, unseen by mortal eyes. But now, a threat unlike any they had ever encountered loomed on the horizon. The very fabric of existence had begun to unravel, cosmic decay spreading like a malignant force. Faced with an enemy they could not comprehend, the Zephyrians made a choice that would change the course of history. They turned to a young, volatile species for aid: humanity. Azura, a Zephyrian emissary, was tasked with making first contact. She coalesced her form into a humanoid shape, her skin glowing with starlight and her eyes shimmering with ancient wisdom. As she descended through Earth's atmosphere, her arrival lit up the night sky like a celestial flare. Her chosen destination was the sprawling campus of the Global Science Initiative, a renowned research institute. Materializing in the center of the courtyard, Azura's presence immediately disrupted the peaceful night. Car alarms blared, lights flickered, and a wave of electromagnetic disturbances radiated out from her luminous form. Panic ensued as bewildered scientists and security personnel rushed to the scene. Among them was Dr. Liam Hoffman, a brilliant astrophysicist whose cutting-edge theories had earned him both accolades and controversy. He pushed through the gathered crowd, his curiosity overriding his fear. Azura raised a slender hand, her melodic voice resonating in the minds of all present. "People of Earth, I come in peace. I am Azura of the Zephyrians, and I bring an urgent message. Your world and all of reality faces a dire threat. We seek your help." Liam stepped forward, his eyes wide with a mix of awe and skepticism. "I am Dr. Liam Hoffman. If what you say is true, then please tell us more. How can we possibly help with a threat that seems beyond our understanding?" Azura's gaze met Liam's, a flicker of recognition passing between them, as if destiny had intertwined their paths. "It is precisely because this threat is beyond your current understanding that you may be able to provide the key to our salvation. Your species has a remarkable ability to innovate, to imagine the impossible. It is this ingenuity that we desperately need." As Azura's words hung in the air, a murmur of excitement and apprehension rippled through the gathered humans. Some dismissed her claims as an elaborate hoax, while others felt a growing sense of unease. Liam, however, felt an inexplicable pull toward the enigmatic alien. Her presence, though otherworldly, seemed to awaken a deep-seated longing within him, a desire to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Azura sensed Liam's receptiveness and turned to address the crowd once more. "I understand your doubts and fears, but I implore you, for the sake of all existence, to listen to my plea. The Zephyrians have watched humanity's progress with great interest. We believe that your unique perspective may hold the key to preventing the unraveling of reality itself." As if to punctuate her words, the night sky above them shimmered, the stars appearing to blur and distort momentarily before snapping back into place. A collective gasp arose from the onlookers, followed by a stunned silence. Liam's mind raced, his scientific curiosity warring with the realization that everything he thought he knew about the universe might be woefully incomplete. He locked eyes with Azura once more, a silent understanding passing between them. In that moment, a partnership was forged, one that would blur the lines between human and alien, between science and the unfathomable. Together, they would embark on a desperate race against time to unravel the secrets of the cosmos and save reality from an ever-encroaching darkness. As the campus erupted into a flurry of activity, with government officials and scientists descending upon the scene, Liam and Azura stood at the center of the maelstrom. They knew that the path ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, but they also realized that the fate of the universe now rested in their unlikely alliance. The first contact between humanity and the Zephyrians had been made, and with it, a glimmer of hope in the face of an unfathomable threat. But the true test of their resolve and ingenuity was only just beginning. In the days following Azura's arrival, the world was thrown into chaos. Governments scrambled to respond to the aliens' dire warning, while the public vacillated between awe and terror. Amidst the turmoil, Dr. Liam Hoffman and Azura found themselves at the center of a global crisis. Sequestered within the confines of the Global Science Initiative, Liam and a team of top scientists worked tirelessly to unravel the mysteries of the cosmic decay. Azura served as their guide, sharing ancient Zephyrian knowledge that pushed the boundaries of human understanding. Late one night, as Liam pored over a series of complex equations, Azura approached him. Her luminous form cast a soft glow over the cluttered workstation. "Dr. Hoffman," she said softly, "I sense your frustration. The answers you seek lie beyond the scope of your current scientific paradigms." Liam looked up, his eyes wary but determined. "I know, but we can't give up. If we can just find a way to bridge our knowledge with yours, maybe we can find a solution." Azura nodded, a flicker of admiration in her otherworldly eyes. "Your determination is commendable. It is a trait that drew the Zephyrians to your species in the first place. Perhaps a demonstration of the unraveling might provide the catalyst you need." With a wave of her hand, Azura conjured a shimmering portal in the center of the room. Through it, Liam glimpsed a breathtaking view of the Earth from space, but as he watched, his heart sank. The planet's edges seemed to blur and distort, as if reality itself was fraying at the seams. Azura's voice echoed in his mind. "This is just the beginning, Dr. Hoffman. If left unchecked, the cosmic decay will consume not just Earth, but the entire universe. Time is running out." As the portal closed, Liam felt a renewed sense of urgency. He turned to Azura, his voice low and intense. "We need to accelerate our efforts. The world needs to know what's at stake. We need every brilliant mind on the planet working on this." Azura agreed, and together they began to devise a plan to unite humanity against the looming threat. They would form a joint task force, combining human ingenuity with Zephyrian knowledge in a desperate bid to save reality itself. As news of the impending doom spread, panic began to grip the world. Reports of strange phenomena flooded in from across the globe, shimmering anomalies in the sky, localized distortions in space-time, and an eerie sense of wrongness that pervaded the very air. Amidst the growing chaos, Liam and Azura worked tirelessly to assemble their team. They recruited the best and brightest from every scientific discipline, urging them to put aside their differences and focus on the monumental task at hand. As the newly formed task force delved deeper into the mysteries of the cosmic decay, Liam and Azura found themselves drawing closer together. Late-night strategy sessions turned into quiet moments of shared contemplation, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. But even as they made progress, the unraveling continued to accelerate. Each day brought new reports of reality distortions, each more alarming than the last. The task force worked around the clock, pushing themselves to the brink of exhaustion in their race against time. Through it all, Azura remained a pillar of strength, her presence a constant reminder of the stakes they faced. Yet even she struggled to adapt to the strange customs and emotions of the human world. The weight of her mission, combined with the growing connection to Liam, stirred feelings within her that she had never before experienced. As the world teetered on the brink of oblivion, Liam and Azura knew that they would have to push beyond the limits of their understanding, to forge a path where none existed. The fate of the universe rested on their shoulders, and failure was not an option. With grim determination they pressed on, their unlikely alliance the only light in an ever-darkening cosmos. The unraveling had begun, but together they would fight to restore the delicate balance of reality, no matter the cost. As the joint human-Zephyrian task force delved deeper into the mysteries of the cosmic decay, Liam and Azura found themselves spending more and more time together. Their initial wariness gave way to a growing respect and understanding as they worked side by side in a desperate race against time. Azura shared ancient Zephyrian texts and star charts, revealing secrets that had been hidden from humanity for eons. Under her guidance, the team began to unravel the complex web of cosmic forces that held reality together. Liam, in turn, brought a fresh perspective to the problem. His innovative thinking and willingness to challenge established norms impressed Azura, who had grown accustomed to the rigid hierarchies of her own kind. Late one night, as they pored over a particularly vexing set of equations, Liam turned to Azura, his brow furrowed. "I can't help but feel like we're missing something. Like there's a piece of the puzzle that's staring us right in the face, but we just can't see it." Azura nodded, her luminous eyes scanning the data. "I have felt it too. The answer lies somewhere in the space between our two worlds, in the fusion of human intuition and Zephyrian knowledge." As they worked, a strange energy seemed to fill the room, a crackle of possibility that set the air humming. Liam felt a sudden urge to reach out, to bridge the gap between them. His hand brushed against Azura's, and for a moment, the universe seemed to hold its breath. But before either of them could speak, an alarm blared through the facility. The unraveling was accelerating at an unprecedented rate, reality distortions rippling out across the globe. The task force sprang into action, frantically working to stabilize the anomalies. But even as they fought, they knew they were only buying time. The cosmic decay was relentless, and they were rapidly running out of options. In the midst of the chaos, Azura pulled Liam aside. Her face was etched with worry, but there was a fierce determination in her eyes. "Dr. Hoffman, Liam, there may be a way. A last resort, hidden deep within the Zephyrian archives, but it will require a sacrifice." Liam's heart raced at the implication of her words. "Whatever it takes," he said softly, his hand finding hers once more. "We're in this together, Azura, until the end." As the task force regrouped, Azura revealed the final piece of the puzzle. The key to stopping the unraveling lay in a distant corner of the universe, at the very heart of the cosmic decay. They would have to travel there, to confront the source of the anomaly head-on. The risks were immense, the odds of success slim, but with reality itself at stake, they had no choice. As they prepared for the final mission, Liam and Azura found themselves drawn to each other like never before. In quiet moments, stolen between the chaos, they shared stories of their worlds, their hopes and fears. Azura marveled at the resilience of the human spirit, the way Liam and his team continued to fight, even in the face of impossible odds. And Liam found himself captivated by Azura's grace and wisdom, the depth of her commitment to a cause greater than herself. As the day of the mission approached, they knew that everything hinged on the strength of their unlikely alliance. Human and Zephyrian, scientist and emissary, two beings from vastly different worlds, united by a shared purpose. The night before they were set to depart, Liam found Azura standing alone, gazing up at the stars. He joined her, his presence a silent comfort in the face of the unknown. "We'll find a way," he said softly, his voice barely a whisper in the stillness. "Together." Azura turned to him, her luminous form casting a soft glow in the darkness. "Together," she echoed, her hand finding his. And as they stood there, two unlikely allies at the edge of oblivion, they knew that the fate of the universe rested on the strength of their bond. Come what may, they would face the darkness as one, a shining beacon of hope in a cosmos on the brink of collapse. As the task force raced against time to unravel the secrets of the cosmic decay, Liam and Azura found themselves pushed to their limits. Days blurred into nights, and the line between work and rest blurred into a hazy fog of exhaustion. Despite their best efforts, progress was slow. Each new lead seemed to evaporate like mist, leaving them grasping at shadows. The unraveling continued to accelerate, reality distortions becoming more frequent and more severe with each passing day. Tensions ran high within the team, as frustration and desperation began to take their toll. But through it all, Liam and Azura remained a united front, their bond a source of strength amidst the growing chaos. Late one night, as they pored over a particularly complex set of Zephyrian star charts, Liam's eyes widened with sudden realization. "Azura, look at this," he said, his voice trembling with excitement. "If we overlay your people's cosmic energy matrices with our own quantum field theories, there's a pattern. It's faint, but it's there." Azura leaned in, her luminous form casting a soft glow over the data. As she studied the patterns, a flicker of hope danced in her eyes. "By the stars, Liam, I think you found it, the key we've been searching for." Together, they worked feverishly to refine Liam's discovery, combining Zephyrian knowledge with human ingenuity in a dizzying fusion of science and ancient wisdom. As the pieces fell into place, a plan began to take shape, a desperate gambit to stop the unraveling at its source. But even as they made their breakthrough, the situation outside the lab continued to deteriorate. Reports flooded in from across the globe, each more alarming than the last. Reality distortions were becoming more localized, more intense. Time itself seemed to be unspooling, past and future bleeding into a chaotic present. Amidst the growing pandemonium, Liam and Azura found solace in each other's presence. In stolen moments between the endless simulations and calculations, they talked of their hopes and fears, their dreams for a future beyond the looming darkness. As they worked side by side, Liam found himself drawn to Azura in ways he had never anticipated. Her strength, her wisdom, the ethereal beauty of her luminous form, all of it called to him on a level that transcended the physical. For Azura, the connection was equally profound. In Liam, she saw a kindred spirit, a being driven by an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, a willingness to risk everything in the pursuit of truth. More than that, she found herself drawn to his humanity, to the fierce, fragile beauty of a species that refused to surrender, even in the face of oblivion. As the final pieces of their plan fell into place, Liam and Azura knew that the time had come to act. The fate of the universe hung in the balance, and they were the only ones who could tip the scales. The night before the mission, they found themselves alone in the lab, the weight of what lay ahead heavy on their shoulders. Liam reached out, his hand finding Azura's in the dimness. "Azura," he said softly, his voice rough with emotion, "if we don't make it back, I want you to know." But Azura silenced him with a gentle touch, her luminous fingers tracing the contours of his face. "We will make it back, Liam. We have to. The universe needs us, and I need you." In that moment, the barriers between them seemed to melt away. Human and Zephyrian, scientist and emissary, two souls united by a bond that transcended the boundaries of space and time. As they held each other in the darkness, they knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. They had found the key to saving reality, but more than that, they had found something infinitely more precious, a connection that would light their way through the gathering darkness, a love that would endure beyond the stars themselves. With grim determination, they prepare for the final battle, knowing that the fate of everything hung in the balance. But in their hearts a new fire burned, a flame of hope that not even the cosmic decay could extinguish. Together, they would face the darkness, and together, they would triumph. The day of the mission dawned, a strange stillness settling over the world as if the universe itself was holding its breath. Liam and Azura stood at the heart of the global science initiative, surrounded by the task force that had become their family in the fight against the unraveling. The plan was audacious, born of desperation and a stubborn refusal to surrender. They would open a portal to the heart of the cosmic decay, using a blend of Zephyrian technology and human innovation. Once there, they would deploy a device of Liam's design, a quantum resonance generator that would, if their calculations were correct, reset the fundamental constants of the universe, stabilizing reality in a single cataclysmic pulse. The risks were immense. The portal alone would require a staggering amount of energy, and there was no guarantee of a return journey. But Liam and Azura knew that there was no other choice. The fate of everything hung in the balance. As the task force made their final preparations, Liam pulled Azura aside, his eyes locked on hers. "Azura, I But she silenced him with a gentle touch, her luminous fingers intertwining with his. "I know, Liam. Me too." There was so much left unspoken between them, a lifetime's worth of words that they might never have the chance to say. But in that moment, they understood each other perfectly, their hearts beating as one. The portal flared to life, a swirling maelstrom of energy that cast an eerie glow over the lab. Liam and Azura stepped forward, hand in hand, ready to face the unknown. But as they approached the threshold, a sudden tremor rocked the facility. Warning klaxons blared, and the portal flickered, the energies within it surging dangerously. "It's destabilizing," one of the scientists shouted over the din. "The unraveling, it's accelerating exponentially. We can't control it." Liam's mind raced, calculations and probabilities whirling through his thoughts. He turned to Azura, a grim realization etched on his face. The generator. It needs a direct connection to the heart of the anomaly. But the portal, it won't hold long enough for both of us to make it through. Azura's eyes widened, understanding dawning like a cold sun. "Then I'll go. You stay here. Keep the portal open for as long as you can." But Liam shook his head, his grip on her hand tightening. "No, it has to be me. The generator, it's keyed to my biosignature. It won't work for anyone else." A heartbeat passed, an eternity compressed into a single agonizing moment. Azura's luminous form flickered, a symphony of emotions playing across her face. Pride, despair, love, and a fierce, unyielding determination. Together, she whispered, her voice a melody amidst the chaos. "We go together, or not at all." Liam nodded, a small, sad smile tugging at his lips. "Together." They turned to face the portal, the swirling energies within it casting strange shadows across their faces. The task force looked on, a mix of awe and sorrow in their eyes. They knew, as Liam and Azura did, that this was a journey from which there might be no return. Hand in hand, human and Zephyrian stepped into the maelstrom, the fabric of reality parting like a curtain to admit them. For a moment, they seemed to hang suspended, silhouetted against a backdrop of impossible colors and shapes. Then, in a flash of blinding light, they were gone, swallowed by the cosmic tide. Within the heart of the anomaly, Liam and Azura fought their way through a landscape of shattered physics and twisted reality. The generator pulsed in Liam's hand, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. But even as they struggled toward their goal, Azura felt a strange shift within herself. The energies of the anomaly, they were calling to her, resonating with the very essence of her being. With a sudden, startling clarity, she understood what needed to be done. The generator alone wouldn't be enough. To heal reality, to mend the unraveling, a sacrifice would be required. A sacrifice of light and love, of a bond that transcended the boundaries of space and time. She turned to Liam, her luminous form blazing with an inner fire. "Liam," she said softly, her voice a whisper against the roar of the maelstrom. "It's time." And in that moment, he understood the depth of her love, the magnitude of her sacrifice. Tears streaming down his face, he pulled her close, his lips meeting hers in a kiss that contained a lifetime's worth of passion, of joy and sorrow, and unfathomable love. Together, they activated the generator, pouring every ounce of their strength, their very essence, into the device. The anomaly shuddered, a cosmic scream that tore at the fabric of reality itself. And then, in a blinding flash of light, everything changed. In the aftermath of the cataclysm, a stunned silence settled over the world. The cosmic decay had vanished, the unraveling halted by a sacrifice beyond human understanding. Reality had been mended, the fabric of space and time restored to its rightful order. But the cost had been immense. At the Global Science Initiative, the task force gathered in sullen remembrance. They had watched helpless as Liam and Azura had vanished into the anomaly, knowing full well that they might never return. Days turned into weeks, and hope began to fade. The world moved on, as it always did, But for those who had been touched by the cosmic crisis, life would never be the same. And then, on a day like any other, a miracle occurred. A shimmering portal opened in the heart of the facility, and two figures stumbled forth, hand in hand. Liam and Azura, battered and bruised, but alive. The task force surged forward, questions and exclamations tumbling from their lips. But Liam and Azura merely smiled, a secret knowledge gleaming in their eyes. They had journeyed beyond the veil, had seen the true face of the cosmos, and in that infinite moment, they had understood the real meaning of their bond, the power of a love that could reshape the very stars. In the days that followed, the world struggled to come to terms with what had happened. The revelation of the Zephyrians' existence, the knowledge that humanity was not alone in the universe, sent shockwaves through every facet of society. But amidst the chaos and confusion, a new hope began to dawn. For if human and Zephyrian could work together, could forge a bond strong enough to save reality itself, then perhaps there was a future beyond the divisions and conflicts that had plagued humanity for so long. Under Liam and Azura's guidance, a new era of collaboration began. Zephyrian technology and knowledge were slowly integrated into human society, while human creativity and adaptability flowed back to the stars. It was a time of unprecedented growth, of boundaries broken and frontiers expanded. And at the center of it all, a love story for the ages. Liam and Azura, the human and the Zephyrian, the scientist and the emissary. Two souls who had found each other across the vast gulf of space and time, who had fought side by side to save everything they held dear. Their bond had been forged in the crucible of the cosmic crisis, tempered by sacrifice and the unbreakable power of love. And as they looked to the future, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. For they had seen the true face of the universe, had known the profound connection that bound all things. In each other, they had found not just love, but a reflection of the great cosmic dance, the eternal interplay of energy and matter, of light and dark. And so, hand in hand, they stepped forward into a new dawn, ready to face whatever wonders and terrors the future might hold. For they knew, with a certainty that transcended mere faith, that the power that had brought them together would never let them fall. The world had changed, transformed by the events of the cosmic crisis. Humanity had been given a glimpse of its own potential, of the heights to which it could soar when united by a common cause. And at the heart of it all, a reminder of the most powerful force in the universe, not the cold equations of science, nor the arcane knowledge of ancient civilizations, but love, simple, pure, and unending. In the years that followed, Liam and Azura's story would be told and retold, a legend passed down through generations. The tale of the human and the Zephyrian who had saved reality itself, who had proven that the bonds of the heart were stronger than any force in the cosmos. And though the universe would continue to turn, though new challenges and mysteries would arise, one truth would endure, as eternal and unchanging as the stars themselves. That in the end, it was love that had saved them all. A love that had begun with a chance meeting, a fleeting connection across the endless expanse of space. A love that would echo through eternity, a shining beacon of hope and unity in a cosmos reborn. And so the story ends as it began, with two souls, two hearts, forever entwined. Liam and Azura, the saviors of the universe, the living embodiment of a love that would never die. A love that would light the stars until the end of time itself.